guys, my name is Patricia. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my gorgeous model Nadine. Today we did a really soft, brown, glowy, warm, glam. Hope you like it. If you have any questions about the products I use, they will all be listed in the description box below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'm sending you tons of love. Thanks. Enjoy the video. Good?
Closer to her.
But that's weird. Hey guys, it's me. This is the flawless Nadine. Here she is with a clean, fresh, flawless face. Yes, she already has lashes on. I am starting with the SKINDINAVIA Oil Control Setting Spray and using a dense Morphe brush to just make sure that is really nice and patted into the skin. Next, I am making sure that her brows are combed upward. I always comb my clients' brows up. I think it just lifts the face and looks better. I do not do the power brow. Here you are going to see me starting at the base of the brow and building with really soft hair-like strokes. I'm going to keep the beginning of the brow more light, and I'm going to work to fill in more of the outer half of the brow. Here, I noticed that she could use a little bit of help in the arch, so don't be afraid to pick up those brows and make sure you really build that arch. And also don't be afraid to stop, take a step back, and use the spoolie to make sure all of your brow pomade or pencil or whatever product you're using to build your brow or your client's brows is really nice and blended into the hair of the brow. Again, just softly carving out the brows, making sure that they look as symmetrical as possible. But remember, they are not twins. They are sisters. Here I am using the EYEKO brow gel. I really love this brow gel. Now I am taking a stiff synthetic brush and I'm starting to place a thin layer of the soft ochre MAC paint pot on the lid. Now, I really love to make sure that every step I do is super blended. You're going to see here that after I place the paint pot, I go in with a different blending brush, again from Morphe, just to make sure that that layer is as thin as possible. There's no skipping. I'm not really focusing too much on blending it up to the brow, as you can see here, because in the next shot, I am actually going to start carving out the brows. I am using a Tarte, ooh, look at those chrome nails, yes. I'm using a Tarte Shape Tape just to really carefully carve out the brows. I know earlier I said I don't do power brows, but I do believe in just cleaning up the bottom of the brows. It really helps to make sure that you have a clean canvas for all of your eyeshadow. Same brush that I used to blend out the MAC paint pot, I am using it to make sure that the concealer and the paint pot is absolutely freaking seamless. Every step that you take on a client or yourself, before you move on, you want to make sure that the prior step is completely seamless and completely blended. Alright, now I'm taking a really shimmery vanilla shade and I'm patting that on the brow bone. With the same brush, what I did is I went and grabbed a matte vanilla shade, and I'm going to set the inner portion of the eye. The only part of the eye that I want to be really shimmery and really bright is the brow bone. If you prefer a matte eyeshadow look, you don't have to grab a shimmer at all, and you can just set the entire eye with a matte vanilla tone. Alright, now I'm grabbing one of my favorite brushes and a really warm, almost orange color. And in swirly motions, I am just building the eye. I wanted this eye to be really soft, so I'm not really focusing on any area particularly. I just use this awesome blending brush from Morphe. Every now and then I like to take a step back and look at my client. I noticed that Nadine's eyeshadow was not even, and you never want that to happen. So I went in with just a little bit more product and I built up her left eye. I think it was her left eye. So now it's even and gorgeous. Oh, I'm blending a little bit more. See, I told you guys, I really love to blend and I wanted it to have a lot of impact and be really warm. Okay, now I'm grabbing a smaller blending brush. This is probably similar to the MAC 217, but it might have been a Morphe. Stupid honking horn. And now I'm just focusing on what most people would call the outer V. But instead of really focusing it in a V shape. I just wanted it to be super blown out and blended in the outer third of the eye, as you can see here. Now for the fun part, I am grabbing a really shimmery gold color and I am patting that onto the eyelid. Don't be afraid to use a tiny bit of pressure on your client's brows. I wouldn't really stretch out their under eye or any area like that, but if you're patting on a shimmer, you're going to get the most impact by making sure that the skin is taut and that you're able to pat it on. Now I am building just a little bit of eyeliner, as you can see here. And I want everything to be really soft, but I do want it to be very pigmented. So in this clip, I'm wiggling just a little bit of black eyeshadow with a flat shader brush. And because she does have really pretty lash extensions, I'm just making sure that there's no powder left on that. Yes, eyeshadow looking good. Now I am adding a little bit of moisturizer under the eyes and going in with the Urban Decay corrector. I'm going to list that below. Notice how I'm patting it in and I barely used any because she doesn't really need it. And again, making sure every single step is flawless and seamless before moving on. I am making sure that this corrector is melted into her skin. Yes, look at that. Okay, moving on to foundation. I used a Makeup Forever stick foundation and I start on her jawline because that is where you want to make sure that it matches your client or yourself. Don't be afraid to go through the ear, just blend it in there a little bit. I decided that I wanted a little bit more coverage, so I sanitized my foundation and I went ahead and just painted it onto her skin. Now I'm using a Graftobian cream foundation and I am beginning to add definition to her face. Now for my favorite part, you are going to want to take your beauty blender and just beat that face. Well, don't really beat it, but gently pat it into the skin. Again, with my Delium Tools foundation brush, I'm just making sure that everything is seamless. Now I am taking Tarte Shape Tape and I'm not using a ton of concealer, guys. You don't need that much. I am taking the most minimal amount possible and I am patting that into the skin. The fact that we used that peach corrector earlier will really brighten the under eyes so that you don't have to use too much concealer and risk creasing. Again, blend, blend, blend. Alright, now I am taking my COVERFX translucent setting powder and baking the under eyes. I tap the center of the nose, I tap the forehead, and without picking up any extra powder, I am going to tap my beauty blender all over her face. Taking a soft brush, I am going to brush off all of that powder after baking, and now I'm moving on to bronzer. I realized that I edited this really quick, so I had to talk fast. Now I'm going in with contour and I'm tickling her. After you're done bronzing and contouring, you want to take a soft brush with just a seamless powder that matches your skin tone to make sure that none of your bronzer or contour is patchy or muddy. I contoured her nose and now I'm just adding a touch of blush because I didn't want this look to be blush heavy. I just wanted it to be really bronzy and fresh. Applying some of that warm orange underneath her eyes. The mascara got a little bit messy, but now you can see me cleaning it up. If you're gonna mess up, well, if you do mess up your concealer and you need to clean it up, you wanna make sure that you let it dry before blending it out. Applying highlight. Her skin is flawless, so I'm kind of going in with the highlight because it's just gonna look really good and really, I don't really know the word I'm looking for, but just perfect. Applying some lip liner and some gold gloss, setting her face, doing a little bit more highlight, and now she is complete. That was recording, right? Okay, I think we're good. Can you take some selfies on your ring light?